Body cam showing an awful accident.
Just wish that, people could be a little bit more cautious.
Now an officer is on the road to recovery. And burning shoes were just the beginning.
It does send a strong statement.
How a major star's words are hurting his bottom line. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenya Cardone.
And I'm Paloma Pimentel. Today is Thursday, October 27, 2022.
Live from the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
A South Florida law enforcement officer is on his feet again after being struck by a distracted driver. The officer who lives near West Palm Beach is still in recovery after he was hit by a car. The accident was while directing traffic last week. Port St. Lucie officer Richard Mazzio was directing traffic last Tuesday night after a car accident. That's when he was struck by the car of a driver who was not paying attention.
I'm just happy to be alive, to be honest. I hit the bumper and the bumper cut my knee, and I went on top of the car, on top of the windshield, and flew into the swell.
It is unclear when and if he will return to work. Now, Officer Mazzio is urging drivers to pay attention to the road, especially in areas where people are working. The name of the driver who struck Mazzio has not been released and charges have not been filed.
An accident on I-75 shut down all lanes and killed 3 people. The fatal crash that happened yesterday involved 4 vehicles, Florida Highway Patrol says. A 2017 Subaru and a tractor-trailer pulling a dump trailer were heading south on the highway when they came in contact with each other. Then both vehicles cut through the center median guardrail into the northbound lanes, leading to another series of collisions with a 2021 Ram 35,000 truck pulling a trailer and a 2022 Chevrolet SUV. I-75 was reopened some hours later.
Straight in the heart of Florida, Senate candidate Val Demings casted her early vote. Yesterday in Orlando, the Democratic nominee headed to the polls and spoke on the need for voters to turn out this election. With the opportunity to vote early until the next 2 weeks, Demings emphasized the need for Floridians to use voting as a powerful tool for the issues they care about.
This morning, we'll learn how the U.S. economy did in the third quarter of this year. The Bureau of Economic Analysis is releasing that gross domestic product data in a few hours. Economists believe this will show growth, Amy Kiley reports. That's many Americans are tightening their budgets.
Quarterly updates on the gross domestic product are always behind the times. They show what the economy was like, in this case from July through September. The current reality for many Americans is likely different.
We understand that families are being squeezed by what's happening currently with inflation.
Average gas prices are up from a month ago despite recent drops. Halloween candy costs more this year, and health insurance premiums are rising. For people who use the federal exchange, enhanced subsidies will help with that last one.
We want you to have access to a hospital, to that doctor, that pediatrician that your child needs. We want you to have access to peace of mind.
Recent polls show inflation is top of mind for many voters.
This election, the economy is on the ballot.
Today's GDP report also can't predict the future. OPEC Plus production cuts are scheduled to start next week. Unions representing about 29,000 rail workers have voted down tentative contracts. That's prompting worries of strikes. And some experts say the Federal Reserve's rate increases have yet to impact the economy fully.
You raise rates to a certain level and then you stop and you hold them there and let that restraint take its effect on the economy.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Today, a highly anticipated royal memoir is set to hit bookstores. The Prince Harry memoir is due for release January 10th in the new book titled Spare. Prince Harry is expected to reveal heartfelt, emotional, and difficult testimonies from his life, such as being ridiculed in the public eye and the death of his beloved mother, Princess Diana. The Duke of Sussex plans to donate proceeds from his novel to British charities.
The Heat tried to overcome a slow start to the season, playing an undefeated team on the road.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years.
More fallout for Kanye West after a series of high-profile missteps. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fans and brands turning their back on one of the biggest names in music. More problems this morning for the artist formerly known as Kanye West.
Today, the Prime Minister of Israel said he was pleased that Americans were taking his anti-Semitic comments so seriously, and news broke that he was escorted out of the building at Skechers. The network's Daisy DeLeon has more on the fallout.
Yeezy season, is it over?
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what?
But that they did. The rapper formerly known as Kanye West has lost partnerships with global fashion brands. While his talent agency dropped him and social media companies restricted his accounts following the anti-Semitic comments made in recent weeks.
God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years.
After Adidas cut ties with the rapper, Forbes now estimates Ye has lost his claim to a billionaire status. This time, backlash has been fierce and sustained after he wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt during a fashion show and then posted an anti-Semitic tweet, which has since been removed.
This does send a strong statement that there are consequences when you express anti-Semitism and any form of hate.
Social media platforms have restricted his accounts, and a once loyal fan base is also abandoning him. A man in Florida taking to social media to burn multiple pairs of thousands of dollars worth of Yeezy shoes.
Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I don't think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
West has remained defiant, saying he doesn't regret his comments. For South Florida Media Network, Daisy DeLeon.
The Portland Trail Blazers are still recovering after Miami Heat gave them their first loss of the season. Portland losing more than just the game, with the star player Damian Lillard getting injured. In the end, the Portland Blazers could not take the Heat. The final score was Miami Heat 119, Portland Trail Blazers 98. Miami Heat's next game will be tonight at 10 against the Golden State Warriors.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Paloma Pimentel.
And I'm Kenya Cardone. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.